Hello there, YouTube. It's your boy Ren from Jenico Gaming. I've been playing Sekiro for the past 2 or 3 days constantly, and it's just got me thinking, of stealth games. Back in the day, games which have you sneaking around an environment, trying to pick up some kills without being seen. Just kind of old school Splinter Cell kind of games, and we haven't had something like that in a while. Most games these days are just going for that, hack and slash, rush in, kill everybody you can as quickly as possible, gun down everything in your path. There very few games, challenge your brain as much as they used to back in the day. And that's one of the things I loved most about stealth games. That's why I really enjoyed playing Sekiro this past few days. So, first of all, we're just gonna talk about what are stealth video games to begin with. Okay, so in my humble opinion, which I'm going to be treating as the Bible for the next couple of minutes, stealth video games are games which they require you to go through a level as they actually suggest to go through a level as quietly as possible, picking off certain targets, and usually they reward you if you complete your missions or whatever without being seen, but at the same time, most times good stealth games don't force you to hide. Okay, you can actually still choose to go in gun blazing if you want, but usually if you do that, it will be detrimental. You'll most likely die if you go in guns blazing in games like that, but the option is there. So the game, they created in such a way that you are incentivized to stealth your way around the map, just kind of find the quickest way to your objective, the most silent way to your objective, so you can take people out as silently as possible and achieve your aim. Okay, back in the day, back when I was much younger, I think in the 1990s, there were so many stealth video games everywhere. You had games like Rainbow Six, you had Splinter Cell, you had Metal Gear Solid, you had the Hitman games. There were so many good, actual stealth games, which required you to think before you go into a level. Okay, you couldn't just rush in and start shooting at everybody. You had to think, plan out your path. Look for where the enemies are, where the best hiding spots were before you attacked. Things like that. Okay, and I enjoyed those games, but somehow it seemed like in the late 2000, around the mid 2000s, they began this shift. Okay, we saw that with this game Assassin's Creed. I think in fact, Assassin's Creed is like the best example of what happened to stealth games in a whole. Okay, because if you think about it, the first couple of Assassin's Creed games, okay, there was this emphasis on running on building on top of high places, picking out your targets and jumping, assassinating them, hiding in crowds to walk up behind someone and stab them in the back, that kind of thing. Those kind of mechanics were in the beginning of the game, and the combat wasn't, hack and slash. It was more like a soft parry and then an instant, headshot. That's what they wanted you to do. Some people didn't do it that well and they would start fighting, but the actual combat in the early Assassin's Creed game was meant to be a counter. The enemy tries to hit you, you counter, instant kill. Okay, so it was one shot kills most of the time, and that was the focus of the game. Okay, the focus wasn't on combat. All right, but then as time went on, it seemed the Assassin's Creed franchise didn't believe in that style anymore. Okay, they started making more and more games, and with each game they kept going farther and farther away from that. All right, it was actually quite sad to see, to live through that moment, because I remember when Origins came out, Assassin's Creed Origins, and I was playing as Bayek, and I was just I noticed that I was in a desert. Okay, I was just wide open. A lot of the game is this wide open prairie. Okay, you're hunting lions or hunting bandits, and I didn't really have any reason to consider my usual playstyle in an Assassin's Creed game, which is go up and hide and stuff, because of the the whole level system. Okay, at certain levels you can't assassinate people anymore. Okay, even if the person is even if you come up behind them and you stab them at the back, you only take off like 5% of their health, because they're probably like 4 or 5 levels above you, and for some people you can't even assassinate them. So it was like they were going away from the whole Assassin's Creed kind of the part of the creed, the whole Assassin's part of the Assassin's Creed. They left it behind. Okay, they started becoming more of a hack and slash, And then in Odyssey, it just went crazy because in Odyssey, you're actually this kind of crazy ass battles where it's just two clans are fighting, and you're right there in the middle and you're fighting with them. And it's like, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is definitely not Assassin's Creed anymore, because the whole point of Assassin's Creed is you're meant to be this hidden force which no one sees. You don't fight on the open battlefield with other people, okay? You just go out, you pick a single target, and you take them down as quickly as possible. And I know some people will point to Assassin's Creed 3, Connor, when he fought on the battlefield on the American battlefield for the Civil War. But the difference in that was, even in that game, they recognized it was an Assassin's Creed game first. So rather than just joining this big melee with everyone, you were always going to camp in the middle of the battlefield. Okay, a camp with someone with your target in it, and usually you were not tasked with clearing out the entire camp. Okay, normally the smart way to play that game was you go on a tree or something, find a way to lure him over your target and then kill him, or you slowly pick your way through the guards around him before you get to him. Okay, these were the ways to play that game back then. So it was you still felt like an assassin basically, all right? So you weren't just this mercenary that was out there in the world fighting the whole time, all right? So that's how it was back then. But things have changed now. Odyssey, you're basically a mercenary who's in an Assassin's Creed game, okay? And for me, that was the reason why I couldn't really get into the Origins game, because if Origins had been any other game, all right, it's the same problem I had with the DMC, the rebooted DMC, okay? If that game had been any other game with any other name, I would have enjoyed it because the gameplay was fun, the combat was fun, the dialogue was good, but the problem was just that because it had the Assassin's Creed name on it, all right, I know what I expect from Assassin's Creed game, okay? I want stealth. I want to consider how I'm going to make an attack, how am I going to attack a camp or something. Am I going to just go guns blazing in? What kind of weapons do I need to have? That kind of stuff. That's what I want to think about when I'm playing Assassin's Creed game. But now I can't really think of that anymore, because they just want you to basically go crazy and fight everybody you can. Okay, so that was it with Assassin's Creed, okay, but that was a shift in ideology of stealth games. Basically, stealth games started to die. We didn't see any good stealth game for so many years until Hitman came about, okay. And why I'm also happy when Hitman came back, was that there was this game had finally come out, where I'm rewarded for taking things easy, okay, because in Hitman you could go in and shoot at everybody you want until you get the right target, or you could play the game the way it's meant to be played, which is find the smartest ways to get your target, make it look like it was an accident, things like that. You could set these little challenges for yourself, which I believe are only really possible in stealth games. Okay, this brilliant mind games kind of challenges. Okay, that just they test how smart you can be. They test how flexible you are, and it's something which you don't see in just straight up action hack and slash. Okay, and that's not to say anything bad about hack and slash, because I love hack and slash. Okay, I love God of War. I play Dynasty Warriors religiously. I think hack and slash is still one of my favorite genres in the world, but I'm just saying, every now and then it just feels nice to play something that challenges your brain, okay? And I think this is where Sekiro just nails it, because in my opinion, there are 4 things in my opinion. Like I said, this is my opinion, so don't treat it like it's a gospel or anything, okay? There are 4 things you need for a stealth game, okay? The first, you need a map design that promotes sneaking around, okay? That rewards you for taking your time to look at your enemies, all right? And if you've been watching the gameplay footage, which I'm going to add to this, you notice that the design does just that, okay? The map in Sekiro has excellent use of verticality, okay? There are high highs and there are low lows, so you can actually get a read on your enemy without them ever knowing you're there, okay? There are some nice areas where you can hide. If you want to wait for someone to pass through, okay. There is just the maps design for this game is excellent. Okay, there's no question about it. No doubt. Okay, the map design is excellent. It rewards stealth gameplay solidly. So if you want to play this entire game without going through a straight up fight, okay, except for the main bosses, okay, because the game wants you to fight those guys. But if you want to go play through most of this game without getting to a straight up fight, it's possible. Okay, you can easily stealth kill your way through this game, and for that I just love the map design for that. Okay? That's what makes it possible. Right. The next thing is for a stealth game you need to reward one hit kills. Okay, it needs to be possible. You need to be able to dispatch enemies as quickly as possible if you're doing stealth, because there's no point in stealthing your way through the map if you give someone a backstab and nothing, their health just goes down by like 2%. At that point, you're probably just better off running in and slashing at the person straight up anyway. So yeah, that's why I love the fact that there's no level system in this game. Okay, all they have is you just come in behind them. If you come up behind someone, you can stab them straight away and they're dead. The only people who that doesn't work on are the generals or the mini bosses. Okay, for those guys, you basically cut off one half of their health. Okay, because they have 2 health bars, most of them, and if you do the backstab, you take off a full health bar, just gone. So now all you have to work on is just the 1 health. All right, so again, it's rewarding your stealth. Okay, so you feel rewarded for doing your stealth maneuvers. All right, so yeah, you need that in a stealth game. Okay, and the third thing needed in a stealth game is an array of tools and choices to kill your enemies. Okay, so you need to have options for a good stealth game. Like I said, in Assassin's Creed, there's so many ways. In the past, you could kill people. You didn't just it wasn't just drop down assassination. There were smoke bombs, there were poison bombs. There were all sorts of ways to kill your targets. And in Hitman, Hitman has the most amount of choices. There's so many ways to kill people in that game that it's completely ludicrous. Okay, so yeah, Hitman 2 has its own he has its own methods of killing people, and the same thing in Sekiro. Okay, Sekiro has a lot of gadgets that you can use to kill your targets. You see, again, there are ways to kill people without directly engaging them, and I just feel like that rewards you. Also, you have choices. You can walk up behind someone to stab them. You can, run away, come back later. You can, jump from above a high stealth kill. You can grapple onto stronger enemies, taller, bigger enemies. You have options, and I feel that is, very important in a stealth game. And last but not least, this is going to sound counterproductive, but a stealth game should have a satisfying threat if you decide not to stealth, but you should not be forced to stealth in a stealth game. What does that mean? Okay, it means that should you decide not to go the smart route, the hide your way through, take your time and think about what you're doing route, then the game should give you a challenge for that. Okay, so like in Sekiro now, if you decide that you don't want to, hide, you want to just go guns blazing into everyone, you can do that. But the problem is that there are people in this game who will murder you straight up if you try that. Okay, they will destroy you. All right, because enemies in this game can gank up on you 5-on-1. They have no qualms about doing that. And once a fight breaks out, almost everyone in the vicinity is coming in your direction. Okay, so unless you're very, very good at a sword fight, if you do not stealth, you're going to be facing up to 10 people at the same time, and you could die. I'm pretty sure I showed something like that earlier, where I was facing a Tengu, and I faced the first one on the roof, and then the second one came, a third one came, a fourth one just came flying in from nowhere, and before I knew, there was just so many on the roof that I got, I got overwhelmed and I had to run away. So yeah, this game, it punishes you if you don't stealth, but I'm not forced to stealth. Okay, if I was good enough, I could have taken down everyone there and then continued my journey. Okay, but I'm not that good yet. I'm still working on myself. So yeah, the game has the threat, but you're not forced to, hide. There's nothing saying no mission failure because you were seen or something like that. Okay, that I believe is not a good design for a stealth game. I don't think that's a good design. It should punish you, definitely. Same thing in Hitman. Okay, if you're seen, you'll get chased by guards and they'll shoot the living daylight out of you. Okay, but you can shoot back, you can fight back, and kill everyone, and then manage to kill your target and still escape. It's just that everyone has seen you, so you get a very terrible score at the end. So again, the threat needs to be there, but you should not be forced to stealth. And I think these are all just important things, which Sekiro nails in. It nails it so well, okay, so beautifully that I think that's why I'm still playing this game so much, because I haven't had this feeling in a very long time, of having all these options at my disposal, of being able to run through the crowd. Sorry, I say run through the crowd. Stealth through a mission, a map, and satisfyingly kill so many people. It just feels good. Okay, it feels excellent, and that's, I believe, is why Sekiro is a love letter to stealth games. And I believe the success of this game is basically going to let developers know that stealth is not dead. Okay, so more of them should come forward and make more stealth games. Okay, I want to see more stealth games. I want to see games that make me think about what I'm doing. All right, that's what I want to see, and I hope one day they do that. I hope more developers make good AAA stealth games that I can play. That's my honest wish. But I think this video's gone on long enough. That was just me talking about my love for stealth. One day I hope we'll get more of those. This has been Ren from Jenako Gaming, and I'm signing out. See y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you love stealth games too? Do you want to see more of them? Let me know what your best stealth game is. Alright, love you. See y'all later. This is Ren signing out.